So far, I've been kept quite busy. We've got a few acres just south of Sydney, and I've been running around doing lots of jobs. So getting rid of lots of weeds. We bought 5 new baby calves, so trying to feed them every day. Bit of gardening, bit of cooking, bit of reading, bit of relaxing, bit of working out, bit of everything, but keeping busy.
I'm obviously doing a lot of running still, which anyone can do, and I've got a little setup in my garage. I've got a few gym things, a few weights, Pilates reformer, so enough to keep me busy.
My favourite wicket, I think I have to go back to 2011, my Test debut, getting out James Cummins, one of the all-time great players. Absolutely loved watching him as a kid, and I just thought it was crazy that I was on the same cricket field as him. And to get that wicket, that was something that the next 4 or 5 years when I was injured, I could draw back on that moment, knowing that's where I wanted to get back to.
I bowled a couple come to memory. Probably getting Ian Bell out in the 2015 Ashes. Sort of a big outswinger, quite full, got him bowled. That's probably one that comes to mind.
I mean, there's a lot of them out there, unfortunately. I'm going to go for someone a little bit different who was a real pain in the backside for us last summer, was Pujara for India. He was an absolute rock for them that series. Really hard to get out, just ultra concentration all day, day after day. He's the hardest one in Test cricket so far.
This batsman bowled to. There's a few around the world at the moment, but I'd definitely say AB de Villiers is pretty happy he's retired from international cricket.
Hardest to get out in the nets, I'm going to have to go with Smithy for a couple of reasons. Obviously, he's an absolute gun, one of the best in the world. The other reason is he never admits that he's out. So even if he's clean bowled, there's always an excuse. It was a no ball, someone walked behind the back of his eye line. There's always an excuse, so he's the hardest one to get out.
It's probably not Smithy, to be honest. I've seen him have a pretty good run against Marnus of late. Obviously in Test match cricket, now one-day cricket, but I don't know, we don't get to bowl at each other as bowlers either, so all the nets are usually pretty tough. But yeah, Marnus.
I love my food, so this is a really tough choice. On tour, we eat lots of food. We need to, lots of bowling. We love our sushi. I'm going to go with something. I've just recently bought a pizza, a wood-fired pizza oven, and I've been spending a lot of time trying to make pizzas in it. So I'm going to say that's my favourite, Italian. Fresh ingredients, cooked over a raging hot fire. Love it.
What is my favourite food to cook? Probably have to say tacos. Have them at least once a week, so definitely tacos.
My first tip for bowling a Yorker would be to ask Starkey. He's much better than me. But the one thing you've got to concentrate is to actually make sure you really bowl the ball. Don't try and float it up there. Bowl it as fast as you can. And the other tip would be, wherever you normally look for a good length ball, whether it's, say, the top of the stumps, imagine changing your eye line another couple of meters away. So if it's the top of the stumps, maybe imagine looking at the batters, or if it's normally looking at the batter's toes, imagine looking at the top of the stumps. Just change your eye line a little bit. Sometimes that helps.
I'll pick one in Australia. Let's say Adelaide Oval. I think that's been the best wicket for the Quicks the last probably 4 or 5 years since I started playing Test cricket. And if I had to pick one overseas, I'd probably say Lords. I think obviously the slope and the English conditions, it's a fun place to play.